Hi, I'm Eva Jankowski. I work for Kids First as the coach for the programs in Pitkin County.
And I'm Shirley Ritter. I'm the director of Kids First. And we're here to talk about the questions that you ask when you go visit a program and decide what program to choose for your child. So once you have the list of licensed programs and you understand a little bit, we've talked about licensing and even about Qualistar ratings, what do I do next?
So you're going to want to call and schedule a time to visit the program. This is a time that you're going to ask questions, observe the classroom, get a feel for whether the program will be kind of the right fit for your child.
I feel a little bit funny asking the directors a lot of these questions because they're sort of the experts, and I don't know, I want to be friends with them.
Right. Well, I found that most directors and teachers really appreciate parents coming in and asking questions because they love to tell you more about their program. So here's a couple questions that I can kind of give you as examples for starters. So, do they have a Qualistar rating? And you can ask them to tell me about the areas that they've scored high in and the areas that they're working on improving. What hours are they open, and are those hours flexible?
Right.
What days are you closed for holidays or for staff training? How many children are in each classroom, or if it's a home program, how many children are in the home?
Okay.
What's the provider to child ratio? How long have you and the other teachers been here? What's the teacher's educational background? Can I have a copy of your policies or your parent handbook? How will my child spend their day? What does a normal day look like? In addition to the tuition, are there other costs that you might not be seeing? Tell me about the philosophy of the Childcare and about caring for young children. And then you can ask, is everyone trained and current in CPR and first aid? And then what other kinds of trainings have the staff gone through?
Okay. That's a lot of questions. How am I going to remember all of those, and do I need to schedule quite a bit of time? It takes a while.
Well, yeah, so Kids First actually has a checklist with all of those questions that are on it. So you can make a copy for each of the programs that you visit, and then you'll have a place where you can kind of jot down some of the answers. And it does take a little while, but it's definitely worth your time up front. I mean, you don't want to be surprised when you're 6 months into a program with things that are coming up that you weren't aware of beforehand.
You're right about that. Yeah, once I decide on a program, I want all of us to be happy and not wonder if I made the right decision. What else do I need to think about?
Well, most programs will give you a couple of names of parents that you can contact for feedback on the program, which is definitely always helpful. And you're also going to want to know, how they handle emergencies, if they can accommodate a special diet or other medical needs that your child might have. Most programs also offer ways for parents to be involved, which is really great. So sometimes there's things that are going on in the classroom or special events. Your involvement is a really great way to get to know other families, get to know the teachers, and just to be up to date on all the things that the program has going on. Childcare programs a lot of times really need parents' help, and so they look for help with fundraising, doing different events, and maybe even serving on the board if they're a nonprofit.
Maybe even for grandparents and extended families, huh?
Yeah, that too.
I think there's really a lot to learn, especially for new parents. But I can see why it's really important to ask all the questions and find the right childcare program for your child right off the bat. They're learning so much every day, and they need great caregivers, to help them learn. And of course, the parents really want those caregivers to love their child as much as they do too. That's important.
Yeah. Yeah, most people who work in childcare really do it because they care so deeply for young children, and most of them have children or grandchildren themselves, so they've definitely already been where parents